him saying, I fell out of love with the sport. I've been forced to play. He just made
that was the word forced.
Story, a sob story just to get everyone on his side. And he's just... I wonder what Gus Gould is thinking right now.
That's what I'm saying, man. I want to talk about the Pangai situation. I know we've raised this up many times.
I saw that interview.
I don't know how many times we've talked about this, but this really pissed me off. And I know our boy Joy has a lot to say about this. But he went on to 2GB, I think. I don't know where it was, Triple M or anyway.
Triple M, that's it.
Yeah. So he was like, this is what he said about him coming back to rugby league. No disrespect to anyone on the bottom teams, but if I go back to a bottom team, then people will say, I haven't learned my lesson. I need to go to a team where it's not about the money, it's about the system and the coaches and the players. Now, this is my thing about this, all right? I'm going to get passionate now. Now I'm going to get off my head. Because now he's blatantly said, I wanted to leave the Bulldogs because I didn't like the coaches, the system, and the players. That's what he's basically saying because he doesn't want to go to a bottom 8 club. And this is my second issue. Why hasn't the Daily Telegraph, why hasn't all these media, mainstream outlets, why isn't the headlines, Tevita Pangai, blatantly, as I'm saying now, blatantly says, you know, he lied about, you know, not wanting to play the game, about getting forced into the game.
Pangai walks out of Bulldogs' contract.
Walks out of Bulldogs' contract, you know.
Because he got forced.
Tevita Pangai cheated the system. Yeah. Why isn't that the headlines? Why is the headlines Pangai is potentially moving to Melbourne, potentially moving here, potentially moving there? Why isn't this getting talked enough, man? We called this, man. I said this bloke's going to get knocked out and come back to rugby league. And that's what's happening. But why isn't this the topic of discussion? I don't understand. Because this guy truly shouldn't even play a day in NRL ever again.
100%.
Look, any good system, he still won't perform. I think he's a very inconsistent player, and I think he's got this mindset when things are not going his way or the teams is not performing, he just doesn't want to give his 100% effort. Look, he has the potential to be the best forward in the game, but sorry to say, I think he's an average player. Look,
I think
with Pangai Jr., they also told him, so you're going back to rugby league, and he laughed it off. He goes, I'm coming back to rugby league, and he goes, so this is like the sport you love, and then he goes, and then here we are a few months ago, him saying, I fell out of love with the sport, I've been forced to play. He just made
that was the word forced.
Story, a sob story, just to get everyone on his side, and he's just. I wonder what Gus Gould is thinking right now.
That's what I'm saying,
the problem that every club he's been to. Not Bulldogs, not Broncos. He's the problem. Because his attitude is really bad. That's why I don't think the coaches start him in the team, because he's got an attitude
100%.
You look at the kids that want to play for Broncos or Bulldogs when he was at the club. They have the attitude that they want to start because they love the club. He doesn't love the club. He loves himself.
And when he was in form as well with Brisbane, he was playing the best as well. But when he came to Dogs, he just felt forced. Where
did that come from?
Yeah.
No idea,
he admitted that going to the Broncos training, Kevin Walters was persuading him in a way, and we speculated that something was going on there, and then look, now he's coming back. But just to break it down, it's not about the money, it's about the system and the coaches. Basically he's saying, I went to the Bulldogs for money. I didn't trust in the Bulldog system, and I didn't like Cameron Serraldo. That's what it says to me as a Doggies fan.
That's, again, for me, I've said so many times on the pod about Pangai, how much I like him and what he can really do as a forward, but what he's done has really disrespected the NRL itself, not just Bulldogs in that. He's just respected all the bottom 8 teams for the last 3 to 4 years.
Like, 100%. Put it this way, Craig Bellamy signs him. Yeah. How do I know he's not going to go do ballet in the next month? Maybe he's got a passion for ballet. Yeah. No hate on the guy, but mate, like
steam cleaning.
Mate, you're just. But in all seriousness, man. In all seriousness, you're ruining your own reputation. 100%. This is how you ruin your credibility. He was the most damaging forward, bro. Like he was up there, man. He was getting up there. Just now lazy. he's a joke now.
He's a lazy player.
I'd hate to say it, but the bloke's a joke. Like.
You can't keep changing clubs.
You can't do that. I respect that.
Everyone has their own dreams they want to fulfill, and at that moment we could say, okay, look, fair enough. It did look like he fell out of love in the game because he was not playing good. But now what I don't respect is you lying to us Bulldogs fans, to the Bulldogs, to the NRL, and now you want to come, and everyone, and now you want to come back. doesn't make sense.
Look, it
at
doesn't
all.
make no sense, bro. Look, because when you become a footy player, you got to put the hard yards in at a young age. When you're playing as a junior, like then you got to go through the club ranks, and then you got to go to whatever SG Ball Cup and all the other clubs and that. But bro, now you're saying like, it's not about the money. And it's like, it's all excuses, bro. It's all excuses.
It is excuses.
It's all excuses. He just doesn't want to play.
This is the last time I'm bringing up.
Imagine, imagine he goes to the Melbourne Storm. You know, Craig Bellamy will give him the biggest like punishment of a lifetime.
And as
he'll
I said,
actually rip his ass.
Yeah,
like,
and as I said,
sorry to say, but he'll rip his
He's
ass.
using NRL as a plan B. He's got a safety net with the NRL.
Yeah.
And he goes
You know
to
what I mean?
boxing too. Like he only had one fight.
Yeah, he got knocked out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What
Because
a
of his
waste.
name and because of his name, Pangai Jr. He's a big name in the NRL, and that's why.
Doesn't want to listen to coaches anymore.
Yeah,
Just, it makes you look like a fool, man.
It's all
And if he, like you said, if he goes
excuse.
to Melbourne, he's surely gonna listen to Bellamy.
100%.